CFL process has started again, how do you keep yourself ready and prepped, especially as there's no football at the moment?
Same as always, same as last year, nothing's really changed. Field work, got access to a gym now, that's been cool. Started working with Sam Sportland, which is cool. Still doing the ATP stuff in the gym as well. So nothing's really changed, same process as last year, it's just added benefits like gym, physio, stuff like that, so yeah.
So obviously CFL could have come down to the UK this year. How is that process looking like? What do you guys need to do to make sure that you guys
so they organised a virtual combine for us, and like they sent us like a list of protocols that you have to do. Obviously drills you have to do. Obviously like a normal combine, each position has different drills, but they sent us like how they want us to set it up, how they want us to record. With regards to like the protocols, it's mostly just how you have to record it, just to make sure that everyone's doing like the right distance, doing the right thing, to make sure that teams can have a clear view. Especially with like a virtual combine, you can imagine that people might cheat and stuff like that. So the protocols are more there to, I guess, minimize or mitigate like the chances of people like taking shortcuts or running 39 yards rather than 40, or benching 95 rather than 100. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, virtual.
So obviously last year you were selected to actually go over to Canada. How are you feeling this year? Are you confident?
Yeah, I mean. So, 36 guys can get drafted from the Global Combine, and there's about 55 of us. So like, just based on numbers, like chances are quite high for anyone to end up on the team. Obviously from there, whether you end up in a practice squad or active roster, that's like down to how you do at camps. But 36 out of like 55 is more than 50%. So just doing that and making sure that I do on the combine, they have my tape. So yeah, I'm feeling good, man.
That makes sense. The rumours were there were actually a few teams that were interested in you. Did anyone reach out to you?
Yeah, I don't know if I can say. but yeah.
That's cool though, that's cool. You had communications.
Yeah, like, it's like mainly through Zoom calls, like they ask you. They're more or less asking the same questions, like, part injury, like history, and how you've been keeping fit during COVID. Do you know anything about like the CFL and the rules and stuff like that? And you had like a CFL interview, like everyone had one where like you had it with the, I don't know his role, but he's like high in the CFL, and then teams have been reaching out, so it's just making sure that like you do well in the combine, so it's reflective of like what's on tape and stuff like that. So yeah.
Fair enough. And if you're successful, what does the future look like? Is it a case of being on a practice squad and then working your way up, or?
Nah, I'm gonna go active roster. I mean, I'll set up a practice squad, like to get my foot in the door, but I wanna go on an active roster. A few teams have been asking us, would you be okay with being on a practice squad? I'm like, of course, but that's not the goal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll settle for that to get my foot in the door, but I want to be active roster, so yeah.
And obviously you've done your research on running backs in the CFL as well.
Yeah.
Where do you think you stand? Do you think you're on par? Do you think you can?
I think I'll do well. Like, just looking at the run, normally they take a lot of Americans, but like there's ways around that. Like, you know what I mean? And then like there's also like they made like a big deal of like guys who can play special teams too, and like I play special teams, nothing new. So there's also that. So yeah, I think I'll do well running back there.
One of the last questions, I guess. How have you found adapting to the CFL rules? Because obviously, played in Europe, UK, watch NFL. How's that adaptation?
Obviously, I've never played the rules, but they're not that much different. Like American football is American football. You hit, make guys miss, you catch, you run. Obviously, like there's small stuff like they have only 3 downs. The end zone's wider, the field's wider. They pass a lot in the game. There's 12 guys in the field, but from a running back perspective, not much is different other than you run a lot of routes from the backfield, just because you only have 3 downs. So a lot of teams like guys who can catch and like run routes from the backfield, but other than that, like American football is American football, you know what I mean? Like you can have a ball, you can't. You'll adapt to the rules once you get there, but if you can't ball, then
you can't ball.
Yeah. So.
And I guess the last question for me is, Obviously, season got cancelled last season. That's a year out of your sort of career. How do you feel as a person and as an athlete?
I mean, I played at Lowlander, so
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
that was a good experience. It was a bit different because obviously playing at Dresden, it was a heavy passing team, so it was nice to go to a team where it's like you run the ball a lot, and like it's kind of like, hey, cool, you're the main guy, or you're gonna be like trying to like have to carry the team because you get the ball a lot. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool, man. It was good to understand guys and play football. So
do you feel like that's helped you out in terms of tape then?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I feel like last year I was a bit different as a player as well. I think I was a bit lighter, I was faster. So it was nice to see that as opposed to my dressing tape where I look back and I'm like, damn, like you look a bit overweight or you're looking a bit slower. Like when you look at like, I don't know if it's because maybe the players are slower in Poland, but when I look back at like my CFL tape, I mean my Poland tape, I feel like there's more explosive play. I just look better as a player, so I feel like that helped a lot. And obviously, some of the other draft prospects don't have tape from last year, so being able to show that, okay, yeah, I've played football recently, I feel like it's a big thing, because some clubs might be concerned, like, you haven't played football in 2 years, how are you going to manage coming back, you know, are you going to get injured or whatever, so, yeah, definitely.
I guess my last question for you is, what piece of advice would you give to people that weren't part of the combine last year, but might be taking their first step into it this year, but really want to sort of,
find a coach. That would definitely be come ATP, you know what I mean? But no, definitely find a coach. Like, being a coach myself, I find that it's hard to critique yourself. No matter how good of a coach you are, no matter how much you think you know, it's hard to critique yourself, especially when you're working on stuff like speed, stuff that like require like loads of attention. So guys that are looking to like, you know, maybe take part in the combine, find someone else that can like, you know, watch you or coach you rather than you having to rely on yourself, and it just helps because it gives you a different set of eyes. There'll probably stuff that you're missing, so find a coach and just stay active. Like, do you know what I mean? Like whether you're doing field work or you're in the gym, or just keep working at it and then your time will come.
So you're saying ATP can help combine?
100%. If you want to come ATP, you know, you know to get in contact with us. Yeah. and ins in it, yeah, shout outs.
Thank you very much for that, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you.